Yeah, another great win, and I think this has kind of been, kind of hit that turn mark at the third of the way through the conference season. I think we knew in the offseason, looking at this stretch coming up, that this was going to be a grind. We knew it was game 2 days, game 2 days, game 2 days. Was really nervous about that, especially for a stretch there at the end of the non-conference season where maybe we weren't going as deep into our bench and maybe weren't playing as well there. I think our bench has been tremendous here over the last 2 weeks, both in practice and in games, and they really have kind of helped us, I hate to say survive, because I think we've gotten a lot better in the last 2 weeks. And it kind of has gone from not that you just want to survive this 6-game stretch, because obviously we've played some really, really good opponents, which we knew going into it, but just really impressed with our team, how well they've played, especially here over the last week, and how much they've improved. And this is not something that I'd like to think, hopefully, that we're not at the peak right now, but I think we're playing our best basketball this season. And I think that's offensively moving the ball better. Today their defense maybe forced us to do a few different things, but we haven't turned the ball over like we were there for a while, and I think that's. You've seen us. You've seen that change on the scoreboard. I think we've been in the upper 70s here for a while, and I think that makes us a very dangerous team. I thought Colgate played well and definitely bothered us with a lot of things. You can tell that they're an energized group over there. They have really good players. I think their coaching staff is doing a tremendous job. But I think outside of that stretch in the second quarter, I think we kind of asserted ourselves, and I think this was a really good win against a good team today. Yeah, I think for us, it kind of went both ways. I think we were trying to be more aggressive. We maybe weren't as aggressive as we could have been through some of those passing lanes. I think maybe that was the time that we could have taken advantage and gotten some steals. And we did a couple times, a couple loose balls. Deb's got an easy one in transition. We were maybe just a little bit too tight on the ball. So for as aggressive as we wanted to be, I think there was a lot of energy we came out with, and I don't want to fault them for that. But maybe we weren't guarding them as smart as maybe we could, and I thought some of the one-on-one, we just got beat, and we were forced to rotate a little bit too much, especially in those first few possessions.
Yeah, I just noticed it was like a loose ball, and it was anyone's ball, really, so I just tried to sprint my hardest to try to get in, and I actually got my hand to tip it forward and got in front of them, so that was just my mindset to just try to get to the ball before them. Yeah, I thought when we were moving the ball a lot of the lanes opened up, and I don't know, today it just seemed like the middle was a little more open, but I thought they did a really good job doubling, and I thought some of our cuts were really there, so it helped.
They're Nikki recruited some good players over there, and they made some plays, and again, I said they're playing with a lot of energy. They're a group that believes in themselves, and as well should be. I think they're going to be a really tough team, and you're going to see that yet this year. I wanted to tell our kids that we just kind of took our foot off the gas there, but we had some trouble in transition. We kind of tried to pick up a little bit, with the press, and they beat it and found a shooter and hit one. Another one coming down on the loose ball that we didn't guard the basketball. One of their best players comes down, and we're kind of there protecting the basket, and so that all of a sudden, I don't know what that was, a 14-4, and maybe even a 7-0 run during that stretch, and and then we came out and we made plays, and almost no, don't shoot it. All right, that's a good thing there. At the end of the first half, when I think we scored, I can't remember exactly what happened. We scored, we got the 2. We were almost trying to kind of hold for 1, and Kate, dings in a 3, and all of a sudden you go on a quick 5-0 run when, again, we talk about ending a half and starting a half well, and for us, we went from, oh my God, I don't know what coach is going to say to me in the locker room right now with a 7-point lead, and all of a sudden a quick 5-0 run in about 42 seconds. I thought was a key point right there. I don't think it was necessarily at that point, but we had talked about one of the hustle plays that Deb's made. But I know she didn't get credit for the offensive rebound. I know she didn't get credit for the assist, but she had a little tap to Dumiak for a layup on an offensive rebound that I thought was a huge hustle play. And we were kind of struggling a little bit, and that was an awesome play. And I don't know if nobody else saw it, or I have to talk to our statisticians about that. But I thought that was a huge spot for us. And then McGurk. I think when she's knocking down shots and she's being aggressive, and she was that today. She knocked down from 3, didn't let the fact that she missed one deter her from taking the others, and she's making those, and she's attacking the basket, finishing, getting the free throw line. That changes our team.
Yeah, going into the locker room, we just kind of assess what we were doing well and what we can improve on. And we always like to come out with a ton of energy in the second half because we knew Colgate wasn't going to go away. They're a Patriot League team. No one's going to hand us any game. So we wanted to put them away in the first 3 minutes. And I think we all really locked down, like the bench and everyone on the court. We just focused in, and I think that helped to get such a big lead right away. I don't know. I mean, I think that when it gets to that point, we know that we can put these teams away by even more. And I think for Deb, Sune, and I as seniors, we've seen such a progression where in previous years maybe we would have not won by as much, but now moving forward, I think that our goal is to just keep pushing these leads and show our that we can be dominant in this league.
Yeah, it really hasn't. I feel like at the end of interviews, people talk about win streak and stuff. But, for us, completely, we're not sitting here talking about a Patriot League championship at this point here. We're not talking about the Patriot League tournament. It solely is on that next game. We don't think about what's happened prior games. We don't think about, road trip or whatever else we have coming up. We know there's some teams that won our best shot, and I don't even know how much we talk about that. I think we talked about, to a certain extent before the game today that, you have not necessarily target, but people are going to come out and play. And I don't, this doesn't cross the right way, but we don't care how other people play. I don't care how other teams are playing right now. Not paying attention to standings, not paying attention to a whole lot of other games. Let's focus on that next game, and to even more extent, focus on us. I don't care if a team comes in here and says we're going to give them our best shot. We're not going to back down. That's fine. It's completely, everything is about us right now. We're in control of that, and we need to make sure that we are making improvements and we're a better team. And that was truly the focus today. We feel if we do that, then the scoreboard will take care of itself. But as much as dominant, we talk about the word dominant. It's not the scoreboard. Let's make sure we're dominant on each possession. We're not giving up offensive rebounds, 3 of them to start a game. That's something that needs to be addressed. Played well, did a lot of things well, but there's a lot of things that'll show up on film that we need to get better at, and that's completely the focus. And the last thing on our mind is what's happened 2 games ago, let alone the last 25 or whatever it may be.